Hello, Amy Elizabeth, somatic and intuitive healer here. I know that I have been not doing my kind of the dailies that I have been doing, and I'm back. I am more well rested and I'm feeling ready to go again. And I wanted to touch in about this Aquarian full moon that peaks today at 8:35 p.m. Central Time. Adjust for your time zone. But I wanted to touch into it against the backdrop of the bigger picture, the backdrop of this changing of ages. From the age of Pisces, which we have been living in since 0 BC, 0 AD. Either way, it's correct. Since moment zero, we've been living in the age of Pisces, and we are in the process of shifting into the age of Aquarius. Now, an astrological age is around 2,160 years long. So that kind of puts us in this place where we've got another about 137 years to go. And the thing I want to touch in on, especially with this Aquarius new moon, is that we can get caught up in thinking that Aquarius is innovation, and we forget about how do we get to the innovation. So often, as we have seen, our innovation is pushed by fear and desperation and lack, rather than by a sense of wonder. So if we're moving from a sense of wonder, it gives us more space to maneuver than if we're moving from this place of we're going to innovate and create this fear from lack. That's more of putting a Band-Aid on the problem, because when we're moving from a place of lack, there's a level of willful ignorance. There's a level of I would rather not know, because if I know, I would have to do something about it. And Aquarius is also this energy of everybody is needed. It's a bringing in of the light as we're coming out of this, what is oftentimes felt as a really dark age of repression. And what we're seeing, changing of the ages, back up just a little bit, Amy. Back up, I'm excited. The changing of the ages takes about 200 years. So we watched the changing of the ages start in about the 1960s, where suddenly we had songs like The Age of Aquarius. And we saw some more light and some more freedom and some more liberation coming in. Except to get to that, all of the shadow needs to come up. All of the mess needs to come up so we can decide if we're going to meet it with wonder, with a sense of wonder and a sense of curiosity, and what Valerie Carr calls a sense of revolutionary love, or if we're going to get stuck in it and move from a place where we're innovating out of fear and scarcity and coming up with things that more put a Band-Aid on it. For example, did you know that we have the technology, and there's actually a company that puts together mats of human hair, because hair absorbs oil. And they've been working with the oil companies and the government for years, trying to get these industries to agree to these big human hair mats that will literally pick the oil up if there's an oil spill, because human hair absorbs oil. And the industry has refused to do it because it requires a coming together, and it requires a denial of the things that they're currently using, which they allow to gather up the oil and sink to the bottom of the ocean. It's a whole really interesting rabbit hole, and there's a lot of fabulous rabbit holes out there. So with this Aquarian new moon, I want to really be inviting us to move from a sense of wonder and wondering about where we're not curious about ourselves Because if we're not being curious and we're not wondering about ourselves, how can we love ourselves? Which is, Venus is moving into Leo. She wants us to be expressing our self-love, and dancing and singing and playing. And there's this revolutionary opportunity, this Uranus piece, that we will have to be different. And the thing is, evolution is not comfortable. It is not ease-filled. It's not comfortable. And for me, I really believe that we are here as souls in Earth School to help each other evolve, to press at the things and work with the things that are uncomfortable and that ask us to raise up, rather than move from this place of desperate innovation where, well, I don't know what I don't know, and I'm going to continue not knowing what I don't know because it's easier than having to change. And there's this illumination energy that feels like it's coming in with this Aquarian full moon that's asking us to wonder, to find our sense of wonder, both about ourselves and about everything around us. What is it I don't know? What is it I don't want to see? Because the moon is full, folks. She is illuminating this, and it's happening square the nodes of fate. So it's happening in this great big grand cross, and Saturn is right there, 3 degrees from the moon, kind of asking us to keep it real. Like, keep it down here and keep it real. And that's Saturn in his light. If Saturn's in his shadow, Saturn is pushing it away and saying, no, I don't want to know, because if I know, I'm going to have to do something about it. I can't continue to live the life I'm living and be okay with myself and how I'm doing this if I know. So really bringing a sense of wonder and a sense of curiosity. We have all of these light codes coming in. The Lion's Gate ends tomorrow, 12/12. And it's thought that Sirius, which is another system and is a sun, exponentially larger than our sun. Our sun feeds our material world. Sirius out there, this is Sirius A, is the brightest star in the sky. It's what we can see. It's exponentially bigger than our sun. It's a completely another solar system, which is why it is fixed. But it is moving toward us, which is why in November, on November 9th of 1992, it moved from 13 degrees of Cancer to 14 degrees of Cancer. So it's steadily moving towards us. And there are all kinds of astronomical theories regarding that both our sun and Sirius are actually sibling suns, because suns tend to come in pairs, and that they are jointly revolving around something yet undiscovered. When we look at the Sirius system, we see Sirius A over here doing its thing, and then there's Sirius B, and it's over here and it's doing its thing, and their orbits cross each other. Now, Sirius B was exponentially larger than Sirius A, which is exponentially larger than our sun. A lot of exponentials in there. But Sirius B at this point is in the white dwarf stage of its star life, so it's not visible by the human eye. And since then, they've also discovered Sirius C. And the thing that really pokes at me is they're saying, well, there's absolutely no way possible that there could be life in this system that we know is Sirius. And that seems like a lack of wonder to me. It seems like it doesn't give us any space to get curious and to open up that heart. Remember that Aquarius is opposite of Leo. We've got this fire sign and this air sign. And if Aquarius gets too much in its head, if it gets too much in the light, if it gets too floaty, airy, fairy, and it forgets that sometimes fairies trip over rainbows and get impaled on unicorn horns and all hell breaks loose. We need to keep this grounded. Like, we need to bring the light in and bring the wonder in. Because Aquarius is also about our ability to wonder and move towards innovation from a sense of wonder rather than a sense of shit's going wrong and now we need to come up with a band-aid to fix it. So happy Aquarius full moon. I will be back. Venus is moving into Leo. She is encouraging us to dance and sing and paint and express and like Vogue. Get your groove on, folks. Leave your questions, your comments, your dedications, or your requests down in the comments. I love interacting with you and hearing from you. And I will talk to you soon.